Hey everybody, it's Guy with Badlands Gaming. We're live here on my ESPN Fantasy Football Draft, and I just wanted to show everyone who I'm picking and kind of explain why. I'm the number 9 overall pick, and as you can see, really the top tier wide receivers are already gone. The only 2 running backs who have been taken so far are Todd Gurley and Devontae Freeman. So we still have David Johnson left, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pick him because he's a really good option, obviously, at the running back slot. I really would like to have a wide receiver, but I'm about to pick again here in a few picks, and I'll go for tier 1.5 wide receiver when we have that pick. So going to go ahead and take David Johnson for my team. All right, we're on to pick number 2 now. I mentioned earlier I wanted one of those tier 1.5 receivers, and I've got 2 options right now. I got Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. For me, well, I mean, Keenan Allen's out there still as well, but there's a couple things I'm thinking about here. One, I think I'm going to go with Brandon Marshall simply because I'll go ahead and draft him to not hold up my draft, but I'm going to go ahead and take Brandon Marshall because I think the Jets only got better with Matt Forte, so they're going to have a better offense this year. Looking at Alshon Jeffrey, obviously he's a great receiver, but playing for a mediocre team, I think the Jets will be a lot more competitive than the Bears, so I think Brandon Marshall's importance is a little higher on the team, and I do like a couple of the people that are out there still, like I said, Keenan Allen, who I believe is gone now, but they just picked up Benjamin. So he's a new receiver on that team. I don't know if that's going to take any targets away from Allen. I don't think it is, but it's not a risk I wanted to take with my 2nd overall pick. Edelman, I only didn't look at him simply because of the Brady suspension. So that's it. That was pick number 2. We're going to be focusing on some running backs with our next pick. Okay, I'm looking at the players that I've got queued up who are left here. We already drafted a receiver and a running back. I really would have liked to take a quarterback here, but Cam Newton and Aaron Rodgers are already gone. So I'm really not going to be looking at a quarterback for a while. I think there's a lot of depth in the quarterback position. There's not a lot of depth in the running back position this year. Wide receiver, I think there's a decent amount of depth on it, and I get a pick here in just a minute. People seem to be going for whoever is the highest. So right now I'm going to take Thomas Rawls. I feel like he's a great pick at the moment. I have an awesome 1-2 combo for for running backs with Rawls and Johnson at the moment, and I've got a good number 1 receiver with Brandon Marshall. Granted, this is a PPR league, so I do need to go ahead and start looking at tight end and wide receiver, fill up those slots a little bit more. But I feel like with the depth that is lacking at running back this year, I feel like I made a good first 3 picks, especially since Newton and Rodgers weren't available, and those kind of would have just been luxury picks anyway. That wouldn't have been anything that I think would have, oh my gosh, someone already took the Panthers defense with the number 3 overall pick. Wow. They should have just left auto pick on. I shouldn't have said that. If you're watching this, Team Golden Tate Warriors, yeah, maybe you'll win because you took them. I apologize for insulting your pick. But we got a couple other picks here. I'm not going to stop recording. We're going to watch the next 3 or 4 picks. This is round 3 again, so I will just go over my picks so far. So I took David Johnson with my 1st overall pick, Brandon Marshall number 2, Thomas Rawls number 3. So I think I'm looking pretty good so far. I really would like to get a wide receiver. There's really nothing else that could sway me from that. I wouldn't take Greg Olsen over a wide receiver at this point. Wouldn't take any of the remaining backs that I have queued up from Forte, Murray, and Langford over a wide receiver. I'm really kind of eyeing T.Y. Hilton or Golden Tate. I like Landry, Baldwin, and Edelman. But I'm very interested to see who's going to be left around. Let me take a look here at T.Y. Hilton's stats last year. And they're displaying Hilton stats in a non-PPR league. Obviously had a little bit more points than some of those other, some in a PPR league. So I think Golden Tate might be the pick here, to be completely honest. We'll see who's left, though, when it's time for me to pick. Let's look at the overall players who are left. So you can see the number 1 pick right now that's remaining would be Demaryius Thomas. Not a huge fan of that one. Who got picked? Okay, a couple people. So we got Hilton, Edelman, Baldwin, Landry, Forte. Not interested in Russell Wilson or Greg Olsen at this point. I'll let them go ahead and take in. I got to get a running back. No, excuse me, I got to get a wide receiver. T.Y. Hilton, Golden Tate, Jarvis Landry, even Julian Edelman are all great picks. I think we could hope for Luck to have a better year and take Hilton. Although Edelman's going to be extremely strong when Brady's healthy, and I feel like that's the only reason he's even still around. Tate's going to be their new number 1. I'm going to go ahead and take T.Y. Hilton. I'm going to take T.Y. Hilton. That could be one of those picks that is either a really good pick or kind of a mistake. Because Edelman's certainly not going to be around when my next pick comes up. Landry won't be around. I'll be incredibly lucky if Golden Tate is around. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who's the best pick out of all of those before everything is said and done. All right, that was round 4. All right, everybody, we're back here for round 5 pick. Taking a look at quarterbacks too. I don't think I want to dive into quarterbacks yet. There's a lot of depth there still. I have queued up. I don't know why Jeremy Langford is queued up. Deshaun Jackson I think is good. Hearns, Crabtree, Diggs, all good options. Got a lot of running backs. I'll probably take a running back with my next pick. Let's see. I think I am going to take Delaney Walker. I don't think I can go wrong with that pick, honestly. I'm getting a really good tight end in this spot. I'll keep an eye on someone like Gary Barnes just for a backup, but I'll leave Langford in there. He's not a bad pick. But I'll be picking again here in just a few minutes. So we'll leave the video running. We can see overall, we got quarterbacks pulled up. We need to look at all positions. We can see what we've got sitting out there. Not too keen on anyone who's left at the moment. Don't really like the Broncos offense at the moment. Yeah, these picks are basically going to have targets spread in 3 different directions for Arizona, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Breeze just went. That's a big deal. Again, we'll look at my team real quick. We've got Johnson, Rawls, Marshall, Hilton, Walker. Good start. I think I want another receiver, though, with this pick because I think that there's going to be... Maybe I need to have a little bit more depth in my receiver core. So let's see who's out there. Matthews, no. I think I'm going to take Deshaun Jackson. I think that's a good pick. Jackson, Hearns, Crabtree, Diggs. Now, Bradford just went to the Vikings today, so I think Diggs' value has just gone up. But I'm going to take Jackson with this pick. I think he's a clear number 1. The only clear number 1 looking at this list that's left. So I think that was a good pick. All right, we're about to do our round 7 pick. Looking at my team again, just for a quick update, we've got the 2 running back slots filled. We've got the receivers and flex and tight end position filled. I'm really looking for a quarterback at this point. So we got Johnson, Rawls, Marshall, Hilton, Walker, and Jackson. I think that's a pretty good start to this team. I'm looking to get a quarterback though right now. If you look at the overall players who are left, although it might be kind of difficult to convince me to go to quarterback right now when I've got Hearns and Crabtree available. Yeah, there's too many good quarterbacks out there left still. I'm going to go ahead and take, with my round 7 pick, Allen Hearns. I think that's an awesome pick for round 7. I don't think you can go wrong there. We're going to see here the round 8 pick as well. We're not going to go anywhere. If Derrick Henry's around, I'm taking him, hands down. If he's around for round 8, I'm absolutely scooping him up. But I don't think he will be. We've got one person on auto pick and only one player ahead of Derrick Henry. Let's see what else is out there. Really not much that I'm interested in there. Rivers and Kelsey, those are okay. Eifert, D'Angelo Williams would be kind of a funny pick. Austin's not a bad player. Yeah, I think if we look at what I've actually got queued, there's some quarterback depth out there. I mean, Cousins, Carr, Stafford, and Dalton are still out there. There's no reason for me to take a quarterback yet. I'm going to take a quarterback probably with my round 9 pick. I might even wait till round 10. I might just take a defense in round 9. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. So we got two picks left here before it's mine. Tyler Lockett just went. Oh, and Travis Kelce went. Derrick Henry's available. I'm going to take him. I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to take Henry. I don't think it's a risk. It's maybe calculated risk. I don't know. I think it's a great pick. So for my backup, I've got Henry for running back. I think he's going to have a huge season. He might even take some goal line touches from Murray. I like Derrick Henry a lot. I think he's going to be big in fantasy. So, cool. Just got Henry with our round 8 pick. We're going to be looking for probably quarterback defense at this point going forward, or maybe just best available player. We'll need a quarterback eventually, but there's so much out there. Like I said, Rivers, Cousins, Carr, Stafford, and Dalton in the middle of round 8 are still available, so there's no reason to take a quarterback yet. All right, I'm about to do my round 9 pick. You see who I've got left on the queue. If you look at this, you'll notice, first of all, that only Phillip Rivers has been taken, and we've still got D'Angelo Williams and Julius Thomas available. I'm not sure if I really am keen on any of these players right now. Let's see who else is available. Not really feeling Funches, D'Angelo, Austin's all right. He might be good if Goff ever plays quarterback. I don't know. Gates is still out there. Benjamin, Smith Sr., Kamar Aiken could be a really good pick. I'm probably going to go ahead and target him. And then I'll just go ahead and take a quarterback with my next pick. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, then we start to get into the quarterbacks down here. Carr, Cousins. Yep, for sure. Definitely going to take Kamar Aiken. Steve Smith is, who knows, a little injury prone and on the back end of his career. I don't have much faith in Mike Wallace, if that's who they even add. I think they added Mike Wallace to the team. So I think Aiken's going to pull away and be the clear #1 receiver. And I'm about to take him here in 2 seconds. Boy, it's tempting to take D'Angelo Williams, though, but I'm not going to do it. I already got good backs. So again, it'll be my pick. It'll be my round 10 pick here in just a few seconds. So we'll stay. We won't go anywhere. Cousins, Carr, Stafford, or Dalton? That's the question. You can see what they're projected to do. I don't pay any attention to that. Last year, Cousins had 309. It's pretty good. Carr did 284. Stafford did 287, but he lost Calvin Johnson. Andy Dalton only did 249. That's ridiculous. Maybe he was. Let's look at his game log. Those are pretty strong games. Oh yeah, he had a 9, and then he didn't play for the last 4. So I don't know. Dalton might be the way to go. Cousins had some pretty strong games too. 7, 8, 7, 9, 10. No thanks. I'm gonna take Dalton with my first pick for quarterback. I have no fears that he'll be around for my pick. Now it might be wise. Let's look overall here and see. We sure do have a lot of defenses sitting out there. Cousins, Carr. Here's Dalton. Huh, I don't see him. Mariota just went. Bilal Powell. Weird. Let's go back to the queue. I think Cousins and Dalton, or Carr and Dalton, are the way to go here. The only issue is if I were to take Cousins or Carr now and have Dalton as my backup, Dalton should be around. But I think he's the best one. Let's look at Carr's game log real quick. Couple bad games, but pretty consistent. We're gonna take Dalton. I'm not worried about it. I like the red hair. That'll work. And then we'll see who's around here. I'm gonna keep it streaming here though for a minute before pausing the video, because we're gonna queue up some players. Let's see. We'll queue up Blount. We'll queue up Gates. We'll queue up Sproles. It's never a bad queue, but I don't know. They just traded Bradford today, so I don't know. They got their #2 pick from the draft. Is going to be their starting quarterback, so I don't know how I feel about that one. Miller's not bad for a tight end backup. Then we got some defenses. It might be the way to go. Defense might be the way to go. My next couple picks. You got the Bengals, the Texans, the Chiefs. All great picks. Not super interested in those. Let's see what's available on the queue. So Cousins and Carr are still available. For tight ends, I've got a bunch of tight ends must have just gone. Travis Benjamin just went. So we've got, I could go defense or I could go backups here. I'm going defense. And I am taking the Bengals. Let's look at my team. Dalton, Johnson, Rawls, Marshall, Hilton, Walker, Jackson, Bengals with backups of Aiken, Henry, and Hearns. I'm not worrying about kicker. I could use another running back if anyone's even available. Let's see who's actually out there. Sproles, okay. Sproles, White, Marine. Not too into any of these picks out here. Buck Allen actually could be an interesting pick if Forsett goes down again. But really, you don't want to. I don't think you should pick someone like that unless you had Forsett on the team. Honestly, it might just be backup time. Yeah, we'll go backups. Don't think you can go wrong here with either Julius Thomas or Darren Sproles. Since Zach Miller's still out there, I'm going to go ahead and take Sproles as long as he doesn't get picked. Yeah, he might get picked, though. He's the number 2 overall ranked player left. Nope, he didn't get picked. All right, good. I'll take Sproles. All right, so round 12, I've got Darren Sproles. And we'll be back for round 13. All right, we're back for our round 13 pick. Looking at the queue, it's definitely going to be a tight end or a quarterback for a backup position. I think I'm probably going to take Thomas if he's still there. I don't have any concerns about him being available. He's nowhere on the top of the list right now. But as you can see, this is what is available. So maybe there's something out there that I should be taking over Thomas. I just don't think so from what I'm seeing. Oh, Cousins just went. Okay. Well, I'm going to take Thomas. And then we'll stick around here to see what we get for the round 14. I'd like to take Carr. I'm going to remove Miller here, obviously, because I don't want him no more. How do we unqueue him? There we go. All right. Let's see what's available. So if Carr gets picked, what else is out there in quarterbacks? Jameis Winston. I mean, heck, that might be a better pick than Carr anyway. I mean, pretty consistent. I don't know. Winston might be a pretty good pick there for a backup quarterback. Matt Ryan is out there. Flacco. Yeah, there's some stuff out there. I don't know. I'd rather have Winston than Carr, I think. Let's look at their game log one more time, just to, not that, but just get a decent idea of how consistent the player is. Yeah, I like Winston. What's out there for backup defenses right now? Patriots still out there. Jets, Bills, Vikings. Yeah, some interesting stuff. Who do I even have left? Oh, okay. Winston just got taken. No, wait. Who? Maybe he didn't. Let's go back to the quarterbacks. Winston. Oh, Winston's available. Let's take him. Yeah, we'll take Jameis Winston since apparently Carr got picked. All right, we're about to do our round 15 pick. Basically, all I need is a kicker and then just a random player. So I'm just looking through right now just to see who's out there that I would be possibly even interested in. Dorial Green Beckham is kind of an interesting pick, maybe. I don't know. Anquan Bolden's not a bad pick. Although this late in the draft, I'd rather get someone young. See who's out there. Howard, Morris, Hightower, Perkins, Allen. Not much out there. Yeah, not much out there. Look at receivers again real quick to see if we're missing anything. Garcon, Bolden, Green Beckham. We've already got a tight end. I'm not too big of a believer in taking a defense. I mean, for the bye week, just pick something up off the waivers. I'm going to take Green Beckham. Why not? Oh, he's with the Eagles? Shoot, I thought he was with Pittsburgh. Huh. Well, hey, right there is the perfect example of being prepared for your round 15 pick. Yeah, I completely misread that as P-I-T. I was like, oh, if he went to Pittsburgh, that ought to be a decent, not a bad pick with, yeah, but he didn't. He is in Philly. Oops. All right, and we're going to take a kicker with our final pick because we have no options. We have to. Who should we pick? This is a little more important than it seems. Boswell of Pittsburgh's not a bad idea. Santos, I don't like Kansas City's offense, never have. Same thing for Chicago, Denver. Atlanta's got a good offense. Houston's got a better offense this year. So, I don't know. I might take Boswell. He did 122 last year, and that was not playing the 4 games. I think he could be the right pick. Well, we'll go with Boswell. If he's still around. Oh, he's gone. He gone. Who do we got? Bryant. Oh, what was up with Bryant last year? Yeah, that looks awful. Novak, maybe. Ugh. That was with a quarterback. That was with a quarter carousel. So I'm gonna take him. If he's terrible, I'll just get someone else off the waiver wire. Who cares? Kickers are actually kind of important, but I don't know. I would rather just invest in other players and other talent, but not Green Beckham. That was an accident. So we've got. Let's look at the team real quick. Do a quick recap. Dalton's the starting quarterback. Jameis Winston is the backup. David Johnson and Thomas Rawls are the starting backs. You got Derrick Henry and Darren Sproles for the backups. Receiver core, Brandon Marshall, T.Y. Hilton, Deshaun Jackson, Allen Hurns, Kamar Aiken. So that's all pretty good. Oh, we're going to swap over to view my team here. Tight ends, Delaney Walker and Julius Thomas. Defense, we got the Bengals defense. Kicker, we've got Nick Novak, and then we have an easy waiver wire spot there with Green Beckham. So, whoever is the waiver wire claim week 1, that'll be the spot to just swap out there. It's interesting to see how lineups and teams change over the course of the season. My daughter says, "Hey." You can see on my team though, if you were to look at the bye week, which you can't tell now, but Dalton, Johnson, and Jackson, at least that, share the bye week. So basically we'll just be starting Derrick Henry, Jameis Winston, and probably Allen Hurns on that bye week for week 9. So really that's not a huge hit for the team. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching, and stay tuned for more fantasy football analysis and strategy from Badlands Gaming, and let me know what you think of my team.